Let me see if I can adjust. There we go. Better. The camera was a little too close. This is kind of an impromptu episode. I just realized that I have a couple collectibles that I've been buying over the past few months that have just been stacking up, and I haven't made room on the shelf for them or anything like that. And so I figured I might make a couple episodes so I can kind of get through some of these. Some of these I want to unbox and then rebox later because I in case I have to move when my lease ends. What's up? Hey, Killer, how's it going? Hey, Brendan, what's up? Um, so I figured, because like I have some Star Wars figures and Predator figures and Spawn figures and things like that, and I'm like, all right, let's try to get through some of these and maybe make some content out of them. And then whichever ones I'm not going to display right now, hey, what's up, FN901? Whatever I don't display right now, I'll start boxing up because I just want to plan in case I have to move again. Hopefully I can stay. Hopefully they'll work with me on the rent for another year because the rent's just a little too high for me. But I try to tough it out, and I'm almost there making it after the 1 year. But I would hopefully, if I sign a longer lease, maybe they'll reduce some of the monthly fees. So I'll talk to them about that and see if I can stay in this place. But if I can't, I might have to move. So I might have to start boxing stuff up now and getting things ready. So it's easier to box toys up when they're not in their original boxes because I'm not that kind of collector. Like I don't like to leave a lot of things still in their boxes. So when I saw these like just kind of piling up in my corner, I was like, we gotta start opening these because they'll just take up less room when I box them up to move and stuff. So if you're here, thank you. Hey, thanks for the 2 thumbs up. I appreciate it. If you're here and you want to talk DC stuff, that's going to be the focus of our conversation. So no Venom stuff, none of that. I know sometimes it's hard to kind of put a pin on that or control that sometimes. But just I'm trying to do a DC episode. I haven't done one in a while, and I just watched a DC movie that I really liked called Soul of the Dragon, a Batman animated movie, and I kind of want to do a review of that. And I also recorded a reaction to the new Superman and Lois trailer, and I want to try to get that up at some point. So I still want to throw DC content up on here from time to time as Seek and Destroy episodes. So this will be the home for that kind of stuff. So today what we're going to do is we're going to unbox. I have 3 Mcfarlane figures, and I have 5 of these Spin Master Batman figures. So we have Riddler. We'll start with the smaller ones because they'll be easier to open. I was wondering about Soul of the Dragon. It looked neat. It's cool. Actually, what's up, VCXE? I liked it. I thought it was really good. I've been. It's such a bummer because I'm actually on a press list. Killer has a DC Multiverse Batman. Nice. The animated series one? Sweet. Yeah, you can't see the shelf up there, but there's all my Mcfarlane DC figures up there on the top shelf. And that hole in the middle, that's where these 3 figures I have here are going to go. And then a lot of these are my Spin Master ones and some from the Batman cartoon. And there's my Tom Hardy Bane statue and stuff like that. So, but yeah, actually, Soul of the Batman I thought was really good. And it sucks because I'm on a press list for Warner Brothers, especially their animation department. And Gary, the guy who works over there who sends me stuff, he sent me a bunch of stuff during the time I couldn't speak. And it was such a bummer. I was like, oh, of course. I get all this really cool stuff about Soul of the Dragon, and I couldn't help promote it. And I was really bummed about that. So I try to put a little bit more work into my review and show off some of those images that Gary sent me in my review. So I'll try to edit that at some point and get that up soon because I think it came out officially to rent, I think today or yesterday. So you guys can actually go out and rent it now digitally if you need to, or go buy it. Like definitely go buy it. I thought it was awesome. I'm a big Bruce Lee fan. We've talked about it in the show before, and I loved his son Brandon, who played the Crow. So I really got into the movie, and you'll get all my final thoughts on that stuff. When I put my review up. Death in the Family, Jason Todd is one of my favorite characters. I like Jason too, but I did not like that animated movie at all. Although I watched the digital version and the non-digital one. The digital one just played one story, and it was really bad. The non-digital one had a couple of things that were neat about it, but I didn't like it enough to review it. And normally I don't like to put out just straight negative reviews. And I felt like anything I had to say about that, I think I wrote an Amazon review that was negative, and I was like, that's it. That's all I'm doing. So you can find my review on Amazon of that movie. That's good that you're drawing, Killer. What's up? Hey, man, just passing by. It's late this time zone. What's up, Daniel? Thanks for passing by. We're going to do this quickly. I'm going to try to get this episode done in the next 30 minutes. We're going to open up Riddler from the Spin Master series and also Robin. And these are from the new wave. So if you go out, if you collect these ones, this is what they used to look like. They were in boxes like this. I have Catwoman here. and a short-haired Aquaman, because long-haired Aquaman. And then I also have Grodd from the villain side. So these are what they used to look like in these like flat gray boxes, or they would say creature chaos on the back, like this one does. But the new boxing for these is more tech. So basically they just took the Robin character and added like some Tron paint job lights on him. And they do that with Batman and some of the other characters. Riddler's the only new character in this set because there's like a see-through Joker, like a really rare Batman that I've seen like 3 or 4 times now, so he's not that rare. A Bat Tech Batman where he has like Tron lights on him, and then a Batwoman and Robin who have Tron lights on him, and Joker and Batman who have Tron lights on him. So Riddler was like the one new character in the set, and he doesn't have Tron lights on him. So I was like, okay, good, I can get Riddler. But I'm a Robin fan, and I collect almost every Robin that I can afford. I'm a big Robin fan, so yeah, so I had to get some of those. So we'll open those real quick, and then I have 3 McFarlane figures, which you already saw Flashpoint Batman, but we'll talk more about those when I get to those after this. Let me catch up on comments. I saw space open at my electronic department for Soul, so it should be available soon. Oh, nice, awesome, yeah. That's the animated movie that came out recently, right? Did you talk about that, Soul? I've been drawing Venom and Carnage a lot. Hey, that's awesome, Killer. Good. Keep up the drawing, dude. So these new boxes, they don't open like the old ones. You actually just supposed to just rip there. So you just shove your thumb into that and pull that back. Or at least that's what it's supposed to do. But the cardboard inside is already like sticking to it. So that's kind of a little bit of a flawed design. There we go. Cool. All right. So as always, you get a figure, but you get 3 mystery like components to it. So there could be like you get a figure like a Robin, but he might come with some weapons and things like that. So pardon me for the noise. And by the way, I feel a lot better now, but the last 2 days I've had like a massive migraine. So I've been sleeping a lot. And then yesterday I played a video game for a while, and that seemed to make me worse. So actually, I got to say that we got a full 3 hours in of playing. So I did tough it out pretty good. But at the end of the first stream, I started feeling dizzy. And then at the end of the second stream, I started feeling dizzy. And I was like, okay, it looks like an hour and a half of gameplay at once is kind of my limit for right now. Or at least with Resident Evil 4. Could be the colors, the graphics, something like that could be affecting me. But either way, it didn't make my head feel any better. So today I took it easy. I did record my Venom ASMR video. So that'll be the only thing I mentioned Venom related in this. I filmed all the raw footage. Now I'm going to have to take a lot of time to edit it. So I'll probably need a couple days to actually edit that for you guys. Which Robin is my favorite? Well, Jason was my favorite when he was Robin, but I really do like him as Red Hood. And same with Dick Grayson. I loved him as Robin, but he's a great Nightwing. Tim Drake, I really liked a lot. Stephanie Brown, I liked as Robin, although I prefer her as spoiler and/or Batgirl. I really liked her as Batgirl, actually. And then, we got Carrie Kelly. I mean, I'm pretty much like all the Robins. Currently, we have Damian, and Damian's actually a really great character, too. So it's hard for me to pick a favorite because most Robins went on to become even cooler characters, which is crazy. So I keep waiting for that to happen to Tim Drake. I know he became Red Robin for a while and a couple other things, but nothing really stuck. I would like Tim Drake to find an identity soon and kick ass at it. But we'll see. We'll see what DC does. I think Tim Drake, a lot of times these legacy characters, like they get the shaft because like you have guys like Dan DiDio, who luckily doesn't work at DC anymore. Well, I don't say luckily. It sounded like some people did like working with him there, but he had this thing against legacy characters. It seemed, I don't know if that's true or not, but it just seemed through action that he wouldn't do anything great with Wally West. He wouldn't do anything great with Dick Grayson. Like he just kept wanting to kill them, get rid of them. And it was really frustrating as a fan of DC during that time. Is that a Yellow Lantern Predator in the background? It is. Yes, my friend Chris got that for me. And there's the Green Lantern that goes with him. So yes, that is what that is back there. Oh, you didn't see Tim Drake as Drake? Everyone hated it. Oh yeah, I heard about it, but I never read it. So yeah, I don't know about the Drake stuff. I think that's stupid. That's his freaking name. That's like, I guess Spider-Gwen running around calling herself Spider-Gwen. So yeah, there you go, Robin. There's 2 of his items there. Echo, what are you doing over there? And then you get this third weapon as well. Echo's being weird. What's up? Que pasa, dude? I took his chair. The thing was, I was sleeping up until about like an hour ago or an hour and a half ago, and when I woke up, I couldn't find Echo. He wasn't in the room here. I left the balcony, the sliding glass door open. He wasn't out there. So sleeping on the couch out there. And then I was looking around, and I go in my what used to be my bedroom, and now it's my recording studio. We're not there now. We're in my living room right now, kind of my living room. So that's why the acoustics, like my voice is echoing, because I don't have the walls padded out here like I do in my bedroom. But the bedroom or the studio, he was in there sitting on this chair, like passed out. So yeah, he was looking adorable. So when I took the chair, I'm sorry, dude, I'm going to do a quick live stream. Don't be mad at me. And he's mad at me. All right, so now we're going to open the Riddler. And yeah, what about you guys? Who's your favorite Robin? Do you have a favorite Robin? Do you have a favorite Batman villain too? Let me know that as well, because now we're opening up some Batman villains. We got Riddler here. I'm not a big Riddler fan. The fact that he's going to be in the new movie doesn't excite me like even a little bit, even though I like the actor who's playing him, Paul Dano. But I'm still don't really care. Same with Penguin. Even though I love Colin Farrell, like I don't care that Penguin's the villain in the movie. But the movie still looked good. Like the trailer still looked good. So I'm sure I'll be fine. I'm sure I'll like the movie overall. It looks really good, actually. And I was surprised because I wasn't sure how all those elements were going to come together. But that was a really well done trailer. So if the movie's even half as good as that trailer, I'll like the movie most likely. You're on watching. Cool, killer, do it. Villain Joker, nice. Yeah. For me, it's for Batman. It's Two-Face. Harvey Dent is definitely my favorite Batman villain, but Bane and Mr. Freeze are like tied for a very close second, and then Poison Ivy is a very close third. Like I really like Poison Ivy. That Predator is really dope. Have you seen the 2-pack of Predator and Batman? I don't think I have. There was a 2-pack of Alien and Batman, but the Alien like was painted up to look like the Joker. I think that came out at the same time this did. It was like a New York Comic-Con thing. What's up, Superior Venom? Yeah. Robin, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. That's your favorite Robin? Nice. Well, here's a Riddler, which he looks cool. I like he's in the traditional costume. I like it. He's got his purple gloves on, which is neat. Batman used to wear purple gloves. I wonder if that was ever mentioned. Purple gloves. Why did you say that name? But he's got this little device here. I'm sure it's some kind of riddle thing. He also comes with one of these sonic weapons that Robin had. I don't know what's up with that. They do that a lot. They reuse things in these toys, but I like that he comes with the Riddler cane and it's gold, which is cool. Sweet. So yeah, I also like this character, Catwoman, but not a lot of people do cool things with her. And now she's just like, I don't know, she's back to just being the love interest of Batman and the potential wife of Batman or whatever. And it's fine. I don't mind a story where Batman finds some form of happiness and he gets married to somebody. But, I don't know. It works in the movies, like in Dark Knight Rises, which I really like that movie. I have criticisms of it, but I do really like it. I think it's my favorite of the Nolan movies, although I do like the other ones too. Of course, nothing touches Heath Ledger's Joker, so that's why that's not even in the running. But there was other elements in that movie I didn't really like. But they're all great movies. But Dark Knight Rises I just liked a little bit more because it actually gave Batman a happy ending. Like he actually got married to Catwoman, or he was with Catwoman, and they got away at the end. And he faked his death and went off and is now his own person with Catwoman. And I kind of like that. I was like, hey, that's cool. Thanks for doing that. Thanks for ending this trilogy on a positive note. I didn't expect them to do that. Because normally Batman's always like stuck, like you can't move forward like a lot of characters. So in a movie, though, you can have him move forward, which is nice. But yet they didn't really do that in the Schumacher and all those other movies and the Michael Keaton movies. They kept giving him a different girlfriend every movie, like he was like James Bond and stuff. And that kind of can work, but it also leads to inevitably not having him have a happy ending. And I got to applaud them. I give them a little credit. Because I think there was an animated movie called Mystery of the Batwoman, and I think that was one of the only times I'd actually seen Batman get like an actual happy ending. Because in that one, he kind of like wanders off with Batwoman and stuff. So this is weird. This comes with a bat gun. This is Catwoman, by the way. I gave her whip because she has to have that. And the whip has some weird paint applications on it too, like polka dots, almost like it looks like a cat tail, which is weird. You can see the white there and stuff. But yeah, so it comes with this gun and like this arm for the gun. So it's like a Predator cannon. She does have a hole in her back. So technically, she can do this, which makes her look like a Predator, which is kind of cool. And then she also has these gloves that give her like cat claws. And she's got 2 of them. So she came with a lot of stuff. She's got these cat claws here. Yeah. So yeah, crazy. These toys are awesome. In fact, I remember NECA put in Predator a long time ago, 4 2-packs, Batman Predator, Batman Alien, Superman Alien, and Green Lantern Predator. Oh, okay. Sweet. Yeah, I've used to collect NECA stuff. I think they did a line of Resident Evil toys at one point, way back when. And I think I had some of those, but I had to sell them to pay bills. I had the entire set. I think it was NECA. I had the entire set of Resident Evil toys from NECA, and someone offered me like I don't know, like $300 or something like that for them. And they were all loose. They weren't in the boxes, and I didn't even have the original boxes. But this guy was just a big Resident Evil fan. He wanted them, so he offered me like $300. I'm like, well, that'll pay like these 2 bills that I have. So I ended up selling them to him. These do come with the cards. The old ones do. So we have Catwoman and Aquaman there, but the new ones do not have cards. It doesn't seem. If so, I just ripped the boxes in half, and I missed out on the cards, but I don't think they have cards. So we're opening up Aquaman right now, short hair Aquaman. And his is a little tough because he has a trident in his, but it takes up all 3 spots. So you have to rip off all the doors to get it out safely, his trident. And then he also comes with a piece of chest armor and like a water blade that he has there, which is weird because he doesn't have that ability, but like Aqualad and Mira do. Nice, Killer. Keep on drawing, dude. Glad you're doing your thing. All right. Sweet. So we got short-haired Arthur. Favorite Batman villain? Can't say I have one. To me, they just plot devices for Batman to react to. A lot of times they are. I don't like when writers do that. That's why I like Harvey Dent a lot. Harvey Dent, he has this nice parallel, at least when you tell the origin of Harvey Dent. He has this nice parallel with Bruce Wayne where it's like he could be the guy that Bruce Wayne can't be. You know, like, oh, this is the guy who could be the face of Gotham. And I think they even say that exact thing in The Dark Knight Rises. But it's like all that stuff, you're kind of like, oh, you know, he's the hope that Batman needs to free him of the curse of being Batman. He can be like Harvey Dent can be the guy Bruce Wayne can't. And unfortunately that doesn't go very well. And that traps Batman in his role as, you know, the guy who has to make the hard decisions and be a vigilante and be on the run from police and bad guys alike sometimes. So yeah. All right. So now we have Arthur with his chest armor on and his trident and his water blade. I think Mr. Freeze is one of my favorite Batman characters. I love Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze is awesome. I also like Clayface a lot. I like the monsters. I like Clayface, Man-Bat, all that stuff. And that's why every time they announce a new Batman movie and they're like, oh, we're going to do something realistic, I'm already bored. I'm like, come on. Like, you're going to do something realistic? You're going to do a guy dressing as a bat realistic? Like, come on, man. Like, you know, that's the thing about the Nolan movies. I like those movies for the most part, but they really went realistic, like super realistic in a lot of times, but also super over the top at the same time. It's like you can't help it. There's going to be over the top elements when you're dealing with a guy who, you know, had dressed like a bat. So why not embrace the other elements too? Like, why can't you have a villain like Clayface in a movie? Why can't you have a villain like Man-Bat in a movie? You know, I was thinking of, I have a Batman Beyond script that I wrote like years and years ago that I found. And I was reading it, and the opening is Batman. It's just like the opening of the animated series where Batman's fighting like a villain and he has to pick up a gun and he like almost kills the bad guys. And he's like, okay, that's it. The day I use a gun is the day I quit being Batman. And I really liked that opening. So I did a different version where Batman is fighting Clayface, and Clayface has like a pregnant wife there, and he's trying to protect her. And but he's also trying to cure himself so he could be human again, and it goes horribly wrong. It mutates him more, and Batman's trying to stop him and save him, and Batman fails. And because Batman failed at saving a life like this, it's kind of another thing where we're kind of similar to the cartoon, and it kind of breaks Batman, and he sees that now a woman and her unborn child are left alone because Batman couldn't save the day, and so that makes him put up the costume. And then later in the movie, it's like flash forwards like 20 years, and it's Batman Beyond era, because that's the cold open. And then in my script, it's Batman versus Blight, who kills Terry McGinnis's father, and his henchman, Mr. Fix, I think, or whatever his name was. And then there's also Ink. And Ink is the other villain, and you find out that Ink is actually the daughter of Clayface. So changing the continuity a little bit, but yeah, I was rereading that script I wrote the other day, and I was like, or not the other day, it was like a month ago, and I was like, wow, that's a neat idea. I'm sure fans would hate it, but I was kind of it was something I wrote before my aneurysm, so the ending surprised me. I was like, oh, it's his daughter? What? Yeah. So don't forget, in these toys, there is this little map thing that tells you about the adventure you can go on. So you look on the back, you find your character, you find what accessories they come with, what rarity they are, and then it kind of lines up with which battleground you're going to go to. And you go to and you can use your imagination and go and fight there. So that's kind of cool that they did that. They try to add some story to it. Hey, what's up? Thanks for the 8 thumbs up, by the way, everybody. What's up, Mark Anthony? It's Pikachu and another persona. Well, welcome back, Pikachu. I feel like Killer Moth could be interesting if you were the criminal underworld's detective or Skip Tracer, but everyone's too busy making him a joke or just try hard edgy. Yeah, that's the other thing. I don't like when they're like, we're going to make this person like a try hard edgy character. And I'm like, just if you're not going to do anything actually interesting with them, just don't touch the character. I like Killer Moth though. In the cartoon The Batman, he actually turns into like a moth monster, which is kind of neat. They kind of parallel his story with The Fly a little bit, which is kind of cool. What's up? Use the flamethrower. Have you read the script of Darren Aronofsky's Batman? Oh yeah. Well, I read like an outline or something. I mean, that movie goes back years and years. So like I think they were trying to make that before Batman Begins. And there was like all these rumors about at the time that Brad Pitt was going to be in it as Batman, and Batman wasn't going to put on the costume till like the last 10 minutes of the movie or something. And I guess Warner Brothers was like, well, look, we want to redo Batman, but we don't want to do that. But it's funny because if you watch Batman Begins, he doesn't actually put the costume on till like an hour or so into the movie. But he is pretty much Batman from page 1. Batman to me is more of a mental thing for Bruce Wayne and not so much like the physical guy in a costume. So the scene right in the beginning when he's fighting the guys in the prison and stuff, and he gets locked up and meets Ra's al Ghul, or Ducard. He's Batman from right already. He's just not fully trained Batman, but he's Batman already. Like I said, I always see Batman as like a mental state for Bruce Wayne. All right, so let's see. We got Grodd here. I'm gonna put all of his accessories on, and then we'll be done with these figures, and we'll get into the Mcfarlane ones right after this. Oh well. I dropped the shield, and I'm not gonna go looking for it. Sorry. That was a cool shield though, but it won't fit in his hand like some of these toys. Like, oh, okay. Okay, yeah, his hands suck. It's hard to get some of these weapons in them. So I'm gonna have no weapons, but we have Grodd here. He doesn't need weapons, but he does come with like a blade and a mace, which are a pain in the butt to get into his hands. Like you probably saw my face. I was like, yeah, not good. And then that shield, yeah, that shield's gone. Can we reconnect? All right, sorry about the skip there. I think, Echo, are you okay? What'd you do? Echo walked by the router, and all of a sudden I got disconnected, but I don't think that was his fault. It was just a timing thing. Batman Beyond, it is Batman's future in the animated series. And that animated series is popular. So you can definitely dislike that, I guess. But truthfully, Batman doesn't have a future. If some people will say like, oh, Dark Knight Returns is Batman's future. It's like, no, that's also a possible future, just like Batman Beyond is. They're equally potentially Batman's futures. Batman doesn't have a definitive future, no matter what is currently happening in the comics with DC's future state. I'm sure they're trying to make a definitive future for Batman, but it's not going to stick. Like Batman doesn't, every generation, every 5 years, someone's going to come in with a new potential future for Batman. So none of them are true. But to me, in the animated world, Batman Beyond is definitely Batman's future. Like there's no arguing that. That is a direct continuation of Justice League Unlimited, Batman, Superman, all those cartoons. It's like a direct continuation. So to me, yes, it is his future, but only in the animated universe. But in the main, but he doesn't have like a definitive future. So if that's your thought too, then yeah, I definitely agree. I already said my favorite Batman villains earlier. All right. So now we're going to open up some DC Mcfarlane figures. So we have Flashpoint Batman here, Thomas Wayne, great piece of artwork on the back. I think that's Justin Fabok. Does it say? It's from Batman number 22. I think it is Justin Fabok. It doesn't. I don't think it lists the artist. That's a shame if it doesn't. They should. Well, give the artist some credit, bro. Come on, McFarlane, you're an artist. Get those names on the back. Yeah, he doesn't say who the artist is. Maybe he does on the card, because it comes with a card inside. So maybe it says there. But yeah, get those shout outs on those boxes, man. All right, here we go. I like these McFarlane toys because they all come with stands. Stands are awesome because sometimes toys don't stand up properly. So it's nice to have them. And over time, plastic warps and things like that. So you kind of want a stand as a backup. You have Marvel Legends Spider-Man PS4, but not the red, black. Oh, okay. I have, I was going to open tonight. Those are some other figures I have to open. I have the Into the Spider-Verse Marvel Legend figures that just came out, but I only have Miles and Prowler. So I haven't found Gwen yet or Peter. But yeah, at some point I'll maybe make a video. I might make a video on those. I might not. Who knows? We'll see. Technically next season, if the Venom movie gets pushed back, we're probably going to squeeze in, because we're already going to talk about Peter Parker next season. So we'll probably squeeze in some Miles Morales stories too. And we're going to talk about Spider-Gwen a little bit because I want to do the Gwenom story at some point. So yeah, it'll be a shame if the Venom movie gets pushed back because that means I'll have to do another season that's more focused on comic books. And we did a lot of comic book stuff in season 4. And I was kind of hoping to, balance it a little bit better like we did in previous seasons. But, I mean, I got to also make content. So if the movie gets pushed back, I won't have a choice. All right. So, Thomas Wayne, Batman. This guy is awesome. It's funny. I actually went to the DC offices before I left California. Oh, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it, Killer. I went to the DC offices, and by the way, if you see me starting to sweat a little bit, it's because I don't know why. It's super hot over here. I had the AC blasting like a little bit ago, but now like I just looked at the temperature over there, and I could see that it says 82 degrees in my apartment. So I don't know what the hell's happening. But I can't turn the AC on because it'll like blast right behind us into the camera mic. So when I stream in my room, I can blast the AC because I have all the padding on the wall. You can barely hear it. It's like a very soft hum in the background. But out here, it would just be like, yeah, it's been definitely warm this January, and especially here in Florida. Yeah, you're right. So I went to the DC offices, and there was a statue of this Batman outside of Jim Lee's office. And it was awesome. It was really cool. And he had his hands up like this, I think, or maybe he had his hands up like this, but the guns weren't in his hand. So I asked my friend who was giving me the tour, I go, where are his guns? Like, what's going on with that? And I think he said something like some executive, I don't know if they were a Warner Brother executive or something, they came down and they saw a Batman statue where he's holding 2 guns, and they were like, take that away. Like, you guys still do tours here. I don't want people seeing Batman with a gun in his hand or something like that. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure anyone who gets that opportunity to take a tour through DC offices knows the difference between this Batman and Bruce Wayne Batman. So I just thought that was crazy. I was like, why? Like, why would some executive even care? You know, like it's not like this was a statue that they built outside of the building, which I think they do have a Batman statue outside of the building in Burbank. But he's not like, I think he's based off Jim Lee's artwork too, but he's not like holding guns or anything. He just looks like Batman. He's standing like Batman. So that one's in the public. This one was a statue that they sell through Sideshow or someone, and they had it in their office to display it, but someone got butthurt about the guns. I just was like, that to me started to summarize that place for me. I was like, man, it must be frustrating to be like, on this floor is DC, and on this floor is Warner Brothers, and this floor is Legendary Pictures, and how that must be frustrating for executives to come into your world and have a fit like that. And it to actually work. Like, it's one thing for the executive to be like, no, I don't want that. It must have been a higher up executive to say that, because they took the guns out of the hands of the statue. So that's pretty crazy that the executive got their way. So it must have been someone big. So yeah, and then we got the stand there to put them on. And yes, it does come with a card, and it does not say who the artist is on it. It says that the picture used is from Batman number 22, which came out in 2017. I think that's one of the Tom King Batman books. But that's, I mean, I love Jason Fabok's art. That's great. It's probably what they used to base the toy off of. But Andy Kubert, drawing the Flashpoint one, I'm like, why didn't you make a toy based off Andy Kubert's drawing? He's the original artist for that character. Or even do, what was his name? Rizzo, the guy who works with Brian Azzarello, and they did the Batman Flashpoint miniseries. Like, even that would be good. Flashpoint Batman doing finger guns. Yeah, that's pretty much what he was doing in their office. He was just like this. I'm like, where are his guns? He looks silly. This is the same company that had Alan Scott change his alias because they were afraid audiences would confuse him with a Green Lantern character. Alan Scott changed his alias? I don't know if I remember that. Wait, Alan Scott's not Green Lantern anymore? I thought he was Green Lantern. I know he went by Sentinel for a while. Are you referring to that? Or was he? He was Sentinel, right? Spider-Man 2000 had a comic book. Oh, cool. It was Spider-Man 2000. You mean like the movie or the video game? PlayStation video game. So this is the next Batman we have. That was a while ago. Yeah, Sentinel. Okay, yeah, okay. I was Sentinel. All right. I remember that then. We have Death Metal Batman. Now, I actually was in a Target the other day, and there was a guy putting this on the shelf, just the one. They had like the current series that's out, which has like a infected Superman, and then I think there's like a I don't know. There's other characters in that series. I don't know what they are, but they had some of them there, and I have no interest in that series. I'm trying to buy as many of the McFarlane toys as I can, but I also don't want 20 different versions of Superman and other characters. And I kept saying I didn't want 20 different versions of Batman, which is why I didn't buy all the dark metal Batmans. Like, I have Batman Who Laughs, but I didn't get the Green Lantern Batman or the Devastator or any of those. But now I have 3 Batman here that we're going to open today. And I'm like, well, so much for not collecting a ton of Batmans. But that's okay, because these all look cool. But I didn't even know this toy was coming out, to be honest with you. I saw, I think, the motorcycle that he goes with online, but I don't think I saw this figure. At least I don't remember. So when I saw the guy putting it back, I was like, you only have the one? He goes, yeah. And he goes, it was a return. And I'm like, so someone bought this and returned it, and I just happened to be there when the guy was putting it back on the shelf. So I was like, I have to have that. Because although I'm not a big fan of the Death Metal comic book, I stopped reading after issue 3. It just got too boring for me. I do like the design, and I love the sickle. And I haven't read the rest of the book, so you guys got to tell me if you read it. Is he Necron? Because that's Necron's scythe, I think. Like, him becoming a Black Lantern, that's what they set up in the first issue. And I'm like, he's more than just a Black Lantern. He's got to be Necron, because he controls the Black Lanterns. So I think he has Necron's scythe. So maybe one of you guys can correct me. But if that was true, that ties him to Green Lantern lore. So I was like, all right, let's get it. And now I'll probably try to track down the Green Lantern Batman at some point, just to have it. The back of the box, you get this cool Capullo artwork. Greg Capullo. Once again, no shout out, which is crazy to me because Capullo is actually drawing Spawn comics right now with McFarlane. I don't know. I just find it weird that they don't shout out the artist. But that's fine. I guess. All right. So we got the trading card also. Dark Knight's Death Metal. Bruce Wayne from Dark Knight's Death Metal #1, which came out in 2020. All right. And thank you all for the 9 thumbs up. I appreciate it. And we're going to be wrapping up here soon, actually, because I only got one toy left. The scythe that looks like Batman became Scarecrow. Yeah. I think he became Necron, though, from the Black Lanterns. Always carry like a little... if you ever do unboxing stuff, I always have a little blade. This is I actually use for when I build Gundams and stuff. But it's great for these little, wires that hang inside these boxes that are a pain in the butt to get out. It's nice to just cut right through them. All right. And you'll hear Echo lapping up water in the background. There's your cameo, Echo. You got it. So look at that. I love the coat, man. Like, this thing is so cool. It looks awesome. Like, it's a cool looking Batman, honestly. He's got like Spawn gauntlets. And he's got the scythe. He just looks so awesome. I really do like this figure. The head moves. Yeah, and it's based on Capullo's art. He's got a really strong jaw. He looks really intense. And I love it because if you put him next to this Batman, their jaw lines are completely different. His face is wider. It's really cool that, I mean, McFarlane's he's a master at what he does. His company, the people he hires, the people he works with on these toys, like, they're amazing. I love his stuff. Like, I love the stuff he puts out. And we have one figure left, speaking of the stuff he puts out. Now, this one is very special because it's a... oh, someone's alarm went off. Next year, I'm going to be... hey, awesome, Shadow. Nice. So next year, you can officially watch my channel. I do like Batman with the jacket. Just need to see a version that uses it as a cape. Yeah, that's true. Well, this last version, we're going to open up. I'm sure some people are going to scream at me for doing it. They're going to want me to save it and try to flip it or sell it online because I think he's already going for like 80 or 100 bucks. But the box already damaged. I purposely picked the box that was damaged. There was 3 of these Batman gold figures, gold label. So, and it has the Spawn logo there. So McFarlane is, I guess, every couple months going to do a gold label figure based on a different series he works on. So he has this gold label Batman. He also has a gold label Spawn. And I have that. It's called Mandarin Spawn. I found that the other day. And then he has like a gold label, like Warhammer figure or Fortnite figure or something like that. Or, I think there's like a gold Flash coming out. Like he basically, each line he does, he picks like 1 or 2 characters and does like a gold version. So this was his first gold edition character announced, which is his design of Batman. So it's basically if he was like, all right, I'm going to start a Batman book and I get to design what Batman looks like now. Now that I know what he's looked like over the years, I get to design him now, like a new version. And this is McFarlane. So you actually have a piece of artwork on the back, concept art, which doesn't say who it's from. So is it McFarlane? Is it not? Is it someone who works for him? I don't know. It doesn't say. It says, art created for Todd McFarlane designed Batman. So that's all it says. Art created for Todd McFarlane designed Batman. So someone made this, but I don't think Todd McFarlane did. Which is like, come on, draw it and put it on the back of the box. That would have been awesome. But it says designed by Todd McFarlane at the top. So this is his design of Batman. And like I said, if you go online right now, people are trying to flip this guy for like 80 bucks, 100 bucks. I think I saw one as low as like 60. But you know me, that's not the kind of collector I am. I like opening them up and displaying them on my shelf. Mandarin Spawn, the orange or the Marvel villain? Yeah, no, like an Asian influenced Spawn. He's like a Spawn of China. Because there's in the comic books, there's different Spawns. There's like Gunslinger Spawn from like the cowboy days. There was a Mandarin Spawn. There was a Viking Spawn. There's Spawns from heaven. I think they're called Redeemers. So there's all these different like versions of Spawn in the history of Spawn. So Mandarin Spawn was just like I guess a random toy he wanted to remake and do in a modern version. So And it looks cool. I actually like Mandarin Spawn. He looks neat. All right, so we got a case here. I'm going to open this up and get that card out. That beautiful card, which already bent because the cardboard didn't give the way it was supposed to. Awesome. That's all right. I got the blade. Hopefully we can get that bend out, or hopefully it didn't bend too badly. All right. Now Todd McFarlane did, oh yeah, the bend's not too bad. Todd McFarlane did draw Batman in the comic books years and years ago. When Todd McFarlane was first starting out, I think he did stuff for like Marvel. He did like some Incredible Hulk issues. He did some Batman covers and issues over at DC. And then he popped back to Marvel to work on Spider-Man and things like that. So, and Venom and all that stuff. So yeah, he's had a really great career. And I'm a big fan of his. Like I've been a fan of his since he created Spawn, but even before that. Although I never knew his Venom work at the time because I wasn't allowed to read Spider-Man at the time. But I did read some of his Batman stuff when I was a kid, and some of his Hulk stuff as well. Just like Jim Lee, I was, grew up on some of his Punisher issues that he did before he got into X-Men. And he only did I think 2 or 3 Punisher issues. So yeah, not a ton. All right, so this toy, I've been waiting to open this thing up. So he's got this on his back. He's got something to hold. Wait, where'd the other one go? Oh no. Here it is. These blades. So he's got these golden blades that can go in his hands, or you can sheath them in up here. That's pretty cool. This guy looks awesome. I really do like the design. The bat being like a piece of armor that's over the cowl, but it's like draped over him, like that. The way the cape folds in the back is kind of neat. It's not like, normally with McFarlane, I would think he would just make a big cape like he does with Spawn. And he's done that a couple times with Batman in some of his drawings. He's done like this big crazy cape. But he's, in this one, I'm surprised he actually reined himself in. And then there's also these goggles you can put on him that come up, come off. These goggles. Pretty awesome. Yeah, man. I like this toy. He's got some of the smaller blades there. They don't come out, but they're just built into his costume. But I really do. I like this figure. He is really awesome looking. And when I saw it, I was like, okay, I didn't think I'd find these gold figures. Literally the day before I found this, McFarlane, I think he had posted something on his Instagram where he said, hey, these gold figures, that's it. We made one batch of them, and that's it. If you're lucky enough to find one, you get it, and you're lucky. That's it. But we're not going to make like another batch of them. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, well, then I'm never going to find one because all these toy scalpers and collectors are going to just raid every Walmart right when they open and every Target and just buy them all up. But I was really surprised that after work one day, I think it was the day where we found out some people at work had to go home, like it was like an emergency. So I went in to fill in at work. And when I got there, I only had to work like 4 or 5 hours, like 3 hours. And then I left, at 6 p.m. and I was driving home and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stop by Walmart and get a couple things like drinks and stuff for the apartment. And I walked down a toy aisle and I saw 3 of these. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me? And it was like 6:30 in the afternoon or 6:30 at night in the evening. I'm like, how did these things survive all day? They were tucked in a little corner. And so I just went through and looked at all 3 of them. The box that was banged up the most, which is the one I got, I picked that up and I was like, I'll buy this so that if a collector comes by and wants the other 2 and they want a good box to sell or flip it, they can have it. I just want one to open. So I didn't buy a good box one. I bought the one with the banged up box. But I love this design. And when I saw it, I was like, all right, he's going on the shelf. So I'll be adding these 3 guys up top there to my McFarlane figures, way up top. And then I'll be adding the other small figures, the Spin Masters to these guys down here. Like Ghost Rider. Yeah, kind of like Ghost Rider, I guess. Makes me want, there's like different Ghost Riders from different generations and stuff, yeah. Makes me want an Elseworld's Finest Batman figure. Ooh, that's a good one. Hey, Skull Man, what's up? Sorry, I was watching the Clone Wars. Hey, don't apologize for that, man. Clone Wars is awesome. And maybe we'll do an episode of Star Wars unboxing at some point soon. We'll see. Maybe I'll do one tomorrow. This was a lot of fun. I do have to go in like 2 minutes, so I apologize that I'm rushing this, but I got to go run an errand real quick. And then tonight at 1 a.m., I'm going to be playing the new Resident Evil Reverse game, the beta version. And I don't know if they're allowing us to stream it yet. I haven't got any information about that yet. But so far, I haven't been told not to either. I emailed them directly and I wrote them on Twitter, and I haven't seen anything in the rules saying we can't live stream it. So I might end up live streaming the game if it's allowed. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But that's at 1 a.m. So I want to go run an errand real quick, get some dinner, come home, walk my dog, call my mom, check in on her, take maybe like an hour nap or 2-hour nap, and then get up at 1 o'clock and get ready for the stream. So yeah, I do got to rush this out. But I do have all the Rebels characters in the Black series. I have the whole crew of the Rebels crew, basically. I have like Zeb and Chopper and Hera and all of them. And so I think maybe we'll do an episode where I just unbox and talk Star Wars stuff, because I haven't really talked Star Wars in a long time on this channel. So maybe we'll do that very soon. So you love the replica you have of Christopher Nolan's Bane? Yeah. Oh, this thing here? That thing is a Diamond Select statue. Like I can't afford $200, $300 statues, obviously. So I buy the Diamond Select ones, which are made of PVC, and they're like 40 to 50 bucks each. And this was something I bought in Los Angeles, but right before I left there at Box Lunch. So I found that at Box Lunch for like $45. So there you go. And I think you can find it online for the same price. But yeah, I love it. It's really great. It's a great statue. And that way I can represent Tom Hardy in my DC area, and also I have all my Tom Hardy Venom stuff in the other room. So anyway, I got to go, guys. I appreciate everyone coming in here. I know Skullman, you just showed up, but yeah, I got to get through this. I got to pick up all this trash and mess I just made, and then I got to run out and do this errand real quick. And I'll come back tonight on my gaming channel and probably play some Resident Evil if it's allowed. And if not, I'll try to do another live stream tomorrow now that I'm feeling better. Maybe tomorrow afternoon we'll go either through the Star Wars figures or the Predator figures, or we'll do something else, or maybe I'll just make some Venom vlog content and I'll get those up to you maybe. We'll figure it out. I'll work on it tomorrow. But just keep an eye on my community post, and maybe I'll post something in the morning to let you know what I plan to do. So thank you guys so much, VCXE, Skullman, Killer, everyone who popped in here. Thank you all so much for being here, and I will see you all next time. Peace.